There are players who change the game. And then there's a 7'4" Frenchman who moves like a guard, shoots like a sniper, and blocks shots like he can see the future. Victor Wembanyama isn't just breaking records. He's breaking the laws of basketball itself. This is the story of the impossible player. For decades, basketball had rules. Unwritten rules. Rules that made sense. If you were 7 feet tall, you lived in the paint. You set screens. You rolled to the rim. You protected the basket. That was your job. Dirk Nowitzki changed things. A 7-footer who could shoot. Revolutionary. Kevin Durant pushed it further. 7 feet, smooth, could score from anywhere. But even they had limits. They were tall players who happened to have guard skills. The NBA had never seen someone who was 7'4" and moved like he was 6'6". Someone who could guard the perimeter like a wing. Handle the ball like a point guard. Block shots at the rim and then pull up from 30 feet on the next possession. That player didn't exist. Until France said, "Hold my baguette." November 2nd, 2023. Madison Square Garden. Wembanyama's 6th career game. The Knicks are running a fast break. Wemby is trailing the play. He's at the three-point line when he sees it. The pass goes up. The layup is going toward the rim. And from behind, from beyond where any 7-footer should be able to reach, Wembanyama extends. His wingspan looks like it belongs on a 747. Pin. Blocked. Out of nowhere. The garden goes silent. Then erupts. Because that's not supposed to happen. A player that tall isn't supposed to recover that fast. Isn't supposed to move that fluidly. Isn't supposed to cover that much ground. But then the very next possession, Wemby pulls up from 28 feet. Swish. And that's when everyone realized, we've never seen this before. But let's be real. When Victor Wembanyama was playing in France, people were skeptical. 7'4" and 210 pounds? Too skinny. Too fragile. The NBA would eat him alive. Can he really do that against NBA athletes? Can he stay healthy? Is he just a European prospect getting overhyped again? Remember, the league had seen tall, skilled Europeans before. Some thrived. Some didn't. And Wemby's body, it looked like it might snap in half the first time he ran into LeBron or Giannis. The questions were everywhere. The hype was massive. But so was the pressure. What if he couldn't adjust? What if the physicality broke him? What if he was just another next big thing who couldn't deliver? But Victor wasn't listening to the doubt. He was too busy preparing to do things no one had ever done. And then he arrived. Rookie season. First few games. And suddenly, NBA coaches had no idea what to do. You can't guard him like a traditional big. He'll shoot over you from 3. You can't guard him like a wing. He'll post you up and dunk on you. You can't switch everything. He'll exploit mismatches on both ends. Offensively, he's a nightmare. 7'4" with a silky jump shot. A handle that lets him take defenders off the dribble. Court vision that creates for teammates. Defensively, he's a cheat code. His wingspan is 8 feet. He can guard the rim and step out to the perimeter in the same possession. He contests shots without even jumping. Stats started piling up that had never been seen before. 38 points. 10 blocks. 5 3-pointers made. In one game. No player in NBA history, no player of any size, had ever put up numbers like that. And he was doing it as a 19-year-old rookie. The league was watching something completely new. A player who combined every skill at an impossible size. Here's the thing. You can't copy Wembanyama. With Curry, kids could practice shooting from deep. With LeBron, you could train your body. With Kobe, you could study footwork. But Wemby, he's 7'4" with guard skills and alien athleticism. You can't teach that. You can't train for that. You can't build that in a lab. But what you are seeing is a shift in how teams think about player development. Suddenly, teams are looking at their tall prospects differently. Don't just teach them to post up. Teach them to shoot, to handle, to pass. The unicorn isn't rare anymore. It's the standard teams are chasing. And it all started because a French teenager showed the world that basketball doesn't have to follow the old rules. So what's Victor Wembanyama's legacy going to be? It's still being written. He's only in his second season. The championships haven't come yet. The MVPs might still be years away. But here's what we already know. He's proven that the idea of a position in basketball is dead. You don't need to fit into a box. You can be 7'4" and do everything. He's shown that the future of basketball isn't about being the biggest or the strongest. It's about being the most versatile, the most skilled, the most unique. And most importantly, he's inspired an entire generation to believe that there are no limits to what's possible. Because when you watch Victor Wembanyama play, you're not watching basketball as we've known it. You're watching basketball as it's becoming. The NBA has seen legends. It's seen giants. It's seen revolutionaries. But it's never seen Victor Wembanyama. And the game will never be the same.